All right, Simon Headfort, MMA Junkie, joined by another world champion here this week for our latest interview, Martin Nguyen. Martin, one featherweight world champion, one of the biggest stars over there. You're in lockdown, same as we are. First off, how are things down there in Australia?
Yeah, Australia is as you just said, we're all in lockdown at the moment, but it's getting better. This whole coronavirus and the disease situation is it's getting much better. The statistics are dropping daily, so there's only one way from here, man, and that's out the other side. So
Have you got any kind of timeline in terms of where one would ideally like you to return? Speaking to Ongla yesterday, he's been sort of provisionally put on timeline for May 29th. Is that a similar timeline for you, or are you looking to be coming back a bit after that, assuming everything goes according to plan?
yeah, so I was scheduled to fight. It was last Friday, but obviously that fell through. So I haven't actually spoken to anyone in regards to getting back in there, but I did make a suggestion, and it would make a killer of a sellout show if there was anyone allowed to attend the fight. So yeah, I did say me and my opponent in Vietnam will be a killer event since I heard that I mean MMA has just been legalized over there. So we'll see what happens, man.
And you're able to share your suggested opponent with us. I can think of one person who's been pushing quite hard for a fight with you. I know I spoke to Gary Tonin about a month ago or 2 months ago, and he's certainly angling for a shot at the title with you. Is he someone that you potentially be interested in getting in there with in the near future?
Yeah, most definitely. Gary is part of the five people that were on my list to fight. So Chatri has that list. But yeah, I said that I'll fight Gary Tonin. I accepted a bout on my end. I don't know what happened with his on his end, or if one championship staff didn't think that he was deemed ready yet. But the stars will align, and when that day comes, yeah, it's going to be fireworks definitely. But this next bout is going to be fireworks. I'll be versing, hopefully, if everything goes well with all this coronavirus passing through. I'll be versing Tan Lee, and this one's going to be a cracker of a fight. I can't wait. Yeah, to showcase everything that I've learned. He's going to be getting 3 camps now worth of Martin Nguyen. So we'll see what happens.
Stanley, that's going to be an explosive striking matchup if that one comes together. That's going to be an ideal for Vietnam, right? So that would be ideal. So what I wanted to ask you about, I mean, your rise through one championship has been pretty meteoric, and your last probably 2 years or so has been spectacular. From the knockout over Gafarov, and then going on that multi title run, and almost making it 3 belts. When you look back at that run, I mean, what are your main abiding memories of that? Because there were so many highlights during that spell.
Yeah, so looking back, there's so many things uh, that went wrong. Just at the time, I didn't see it, but at the time, I thought everything was perfect. But me looking back and seeing what could have been and what should have been, there's a lot of things, a lot of holes, and yeah, it just wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't my time, but we never know, man. We never know what happens in the future with potential rematches and that. So we'll see what happens.
Trying to win belts in 3 weight classes is a tough ask. So I mean, obviously, you had lightweight and featherweight, and then trying to get all the way, because I think you had featherweight first, then the lightweight, and then you tried to go all the way down to
The
bantamweight.
bantamweight, yeah.
Yeah, and how tough was that, having initially moved up to then drop 2 weight classes and then take on 2 guys at the peak of their game, and come that close to beating both of them, both very, very close fights.
Definitely, definitely. Look, to be honest, I get asked this question a lot, but it wasn't really that hard. So I fought at featherweight, and when I went up to lightweight to fight Edward Falaye, I gave up, it was at 8.5 kilos. So I was actually on the featherweight end of the weight situation. So cutting back down to bantamweight, wasn't really of a big cut. Yeah, I needed time to cut, but and to do things right with my body wise. But getting down to that bout with Bibiano, it wasn't a problem at all. The problem with going up to lightweight is giving my opponent a huge weight advantage, and that's something that I got to look forward, looking to the future. If I was to go back up to lightweight, then um, look, to be honest, yeah, I wouldn't go back up to lightweight. I wouldn't give my opponents any advantage. I would make it, if anything, if I was to fight a weight up again against another lightweight, I'll make it like a catchweight fight, maybe at 160 or something, to make it an even ball game. So
And being a champion for a major organization over there in Asia, one championship, obviously a lot of the readers who we have for MMA Junkie, they're used to the North American promotions, Bellator, UFC. What's it like being a world champion for one championship, and the attention that you get in that part of the world? For those who maybe aren't that au fait with how things are over there, give us an idea of the whole scale of the thing.
look, I get it, man. I get that. In other promotions, you have to, really, you have to sell the fights, right? And uh, promoting the fight and trash talking is part of selling the fight, and that's what fans want to see. They want to see two guys actually hating each other and going in there and just may the best man win. But being a champion at one championship, we don't have to really sell fights. We just basically focus on ourselves, be role models, and go into a fight knowing that we trained our heart out, and put everything on the line. Still, same as guys in other promotions. So we just the less thing out of it is that we don't have to disrespect our opponent beforehand.
And in terms of your goals, I mean, obviously we don't know how much of 2020 is going to be opened up for you, with the way this whole Corona thing is panning out. But if we throw it forward, maybe the next 18 months, let's say, to give it a bit of a run up, what
Yeah.
what are your goals for the next 18 months? You've accomplished so much in your career already. So what does your career look like in, say, 18 months' time? What extra achievements do you want on your list by the end of that?
How I visualize it is basically I being in a new camp under Henry Hoof and having the guys and the best coaches around me. And my career is only just getting started. Belts are belts, but I feel like I'm a new, complete different fighter. So I want to test myself against guys that are up and coming. I want to test myself against the best of the best right now. I want to have super fights. I want to, people want rematches. I'll give them the rematches, and also I really want to test myself before he retires against Viviano again. But we never know. Viviano's doing his thing in his division. I respect the guy so much, and he's an absolute killer in that division. And definitely, definitely, I felt like that one got away, and needed to be rerun again before Unfortunately, he got injured, and I had to face Bellingham instead. So we'll go from there.
And how much would it mean to you for maybe one day go down and actually headline a card in Australia? We haven't had a big one championship show in Australia yet. It's a part of the world that they're very close to, but they haven't quite branched out to there yet. How much would that mean to maybe headline on home soil one day?
If one championship does come out to Australia, man, that'll be a dream come true. The only two places that I haven't fought yet in my life that I really wanted to with this promotion is obviously Vietnam, being my home country, so my native country, having a lot of Vietnamese fans who look up to me and also love to watch me perform. And obviously my home country in Australia, I would love for them to come out to, if possibly, come out to Australia. I have a lot of friends, families, and people from all over Australia who message me every day when I will be fighting back home, and it's just one of the dream fights that I want. I want to headline a show here with a lot of other Aussies on the card, and just bring bring back a flashback of when I first started, and go from there. Like when I first started in my professional MMA career, it was the majority of the fights, four fights, where the first four fights were in Australia, and having having that support. That I mean, they do travel with me overseas, majority of them, but having the guys who can't travel and love to support locals, those guys at the shows will be a dream come true.